Discretion is advised.
What is going on, y'all? Welcome to a brand new episode of American Truck Simulator. Today we're going to be using the Peterbilt 378 truck, and I gotta say it is a very nice looking truck indeed. Kind of went with the nice little teal and white, or like mint and white type truck colors. They look super phenomenal. One thing about this truck though, and I'm not quite sure what happened with it. I don't know if it's something to do with the mod or if it's something to do with the truck itself. But there is no sounds on this truck. No matter what engine I try to put in it, there is just no sounds on this truck. There's no engine sounds, no jake brake sounds. There's not even any horn sounds. The only sounds that I get on this truck are your turning signals and basically your park and brake, and that is pretty much it. So as you guys can see behind me, we are hauling a mobile barrier, and we are going to be taking this to Grand Canyon at the Bitumen. And we are currently in Albuquerque, New Mexico. So we're going right from right here to right around there. So it ain't too much of a trip, but it is a mobile barrier. So we will go ahead and turn on our beacons here. And this is actually the first truck I've ever seen for ATS that has beacons on the sides. So I had beacons up top, but I'm not sure what actually happened to them. And yeah, it's just weird. There's no horn, no nothing. So, let's go ahead and hop in the truck here. Actually, before we do that, let's go and turn on our headlights here. So as you guys can see, the headlights are on. I believe they're on. So here is a look at the interior of this truck today. It's a very nice looking interior. Decided to go with a nice little blue theme to it. And there's actually a bunch of different, not a bunch, but there's a few different customization options for the interior as well. And I gotta say, it just looks super cool. So there's the truck starting up. You guys can see there are no sounds whatsoever. Let's go and put her in drive and stuff like that. But let's take a look around. Got a duffel bag, Pepsi can, CB radio up there. And we do actually have a bed that we can actually come back here and go in there, which is cool. I'm not using Track IR today only because I'm still having some issues with it. There's a little Coke bottle right there, the glass bottles, which looks super cool. And a little toolbox back there. Let's go ahead and check all the lights on the truck here. Make sure everything's working. Looks like we do have our flashers working. Test out the trailer brakes here. Looks like they are working as well. So let's go ahead and hop on out of here. We got about a 353 mile journey. So let us go ahead and get on out of here and hop out on the road. Alright, so we got this mobile barrier here. It's a little bit longer than like a standard trailer. So we're really going to have to be careful getting out of here because it is a lot of tight squeezes and turns and stuff like that. So it looks like we're going to be okay for the most part, which it looks like we are. So let's go ahead and get on out of here. And it looks like we're going to be making a left. But yeah, you guys can see there are no engine sounds whatsoever. So we're making a left out of here. Got a car coming over there. And I think we're good on that side. It looks like we are. We got
Turn
that
left.
car, which I'm assuming he's going to let us go. But I'm going to back up just because we have a long load and he's not going to be far enough away from us. So we're going to have to really make this turn super tight. And let's go ahead and start heading out. But yeah, haven't actually delivered this load before. But yeah, I haven't actually delivered this type of load before. And we got stuck, it looks like. Which
Get
will
ready
be
to
alright.
turn left.
Got the voice navigation working.
Turn left.
We are turning left. Thank you very much. But yeah, I have not delivered this load before, and I've actually not seen anyone else take this load before either. So that's kind of cool. So that dude's turning right. But yeah, I was actually debating on using this truck because of the sounds and stuff like that, but then
Get ready to turn
turning
right.
right. Thank you very much. But yeah, I was really debating
Turn
on
right.
using this truck because there's no sounds or anything like that. But then I decided that it's a cool looking truck. The interior is a lot different. And I don't know, it's just a cool looking truck with the headlights and all that. It just looks super cool. And I'm just like, I just have to use it. It's just one of those that I have to. I was gonna say, why isn't any traffic going? Alright, I guess they're letting me go. Alright, well, works for me, I guess. But yeah, I have not actually seen anyone else haul this. And I don't know, it just looked like a cool little load to haul.
Keep right.
Because as I was saying, I was trying to do like different loads and stuff like that for this game. And I figured that this one would be completely different for me to do.
Turn right.
And this one's actually an in-game default trailer. So this is actually not like a modded trailer whatsoever. So I'm like, I mean, I've seen it in game. I've just never been able to haul it. I usually like to do like the ownable, customizable trailers. But then I decided to start going into like the freight market and stuff. And it just, yeah. And I was actually looking for like a couple different trailers that actually weren't in-game. But then I'm like, you know what? Or like not ownable and stuff like that like I normally did. So I was just looking for random trailers, and I came across a lot of different trailers that aren't mods that I had no idea were even in this game. So I'm like, why don't I just try to, you know, show these off. And, you know, because I still do have a lot of modded trailers as well. And I think we're actually going towards Gallup, which we are. Going on 40 West. But yeah, there was just a lot of trailers in this game that I had seen that's not modded. That's like actual SCS defaulted trailers that I didn't even know were actually in this game. So I'm like, you know what? There's a way to get trailer customization working fine, or like trailer variety. And I figured, let's just do that. And here we go, coming up on 60 miles an hour here on 12th Street. I'm going to go ahead and get in this middle lane because I'm pretty sure that these are all exit lanes for the most part. Well, looks like this dude's going to have to merge. And we're actually speeding, so let's go ahead and turn on the Jake brake a little bit.
Keep left.
Very, no sound to the Jake brake whatsoever. But yeah, I was like debating myself if I should use this truck or not. So I'm like, it doesn't have any sounds, but it looks cool. But there's no sounds, except for the occasional, you know, driving on the road, air brake, turn signaling sounds, which, you know, would kind of get annoying. But then I remembered that we had a Tesla truck, or that Tesla semi-truck a while back ago that didn't have any sounds either, because it was like supposed to be like a quiet truck, like a hybrid truck. So I'm like, you know what? We always have sounds. Let's just do a truck that's actually quiet for once, and, you know, just no sounds, no nothing. So you guys can kind of enjoy the sounds of the game for the most part, and, you know, the sound of me talking. But yeah, currently leaving Albuquerque as of now. But yeah, I just have so many different modded trailers and just so many different SCS trailers as well. Looks like the lanes are changing. So we kind of screwed that guy over, but that's okay. That is okay. But yeah, it's just kind of cool having this trailer here as well. I'm going to go ahead and take a thumbnail here in a second. Once we get some more light up here. I think it's like, what, 2 o'clock in the morning? Oh, it's 6:50. Oh, it's almost 7 in the morning. That's cool. So we'll go ahead and kind of get in this lane here, past this vehicle. I didn't realize it was already almost 7 o'clock. It's still light out. It's still dark out for being 7 o'clock in the morning. Alright, so we got 65 mile an hour. Here's a 75, which it looks like we are clear to go 75, which we will just do. Turn off that cruise control. We're really speeding up, aren't we? Yes, we are. There we go. Alright, coming into Sky City here. So yeah, one of the things I really did want to talk about in this video is just the development and the upgrading and like the whole American Truck Simulator game, how it's advanced and, you know, grown as a game. Because I just remember getting this game as when it first came out, and I just remember the defaulted 3 states that came with it. I think it was California, Nevada, and then I think Arizona came with it. I believe there was 3 states that actually came with it, because I know that there was a default and there was also a free state. But I think it was just California, Nevada, or Arizona. I'm not quite sure. It's been a long time since I've actually, you know, played it defaultly and stuff like that, or since, you know, the game came out. But it's just the game, how it's been developed and updated and everything like that. it's just phenomenal. Because I remember, like, the freeways and stuff in California were horrible. The merging was horrible and everything like that. And I was sitting there playing it with no mods. So back when it first came out, there were really no mods for this game except for maybe like 1 or 2 truck mods that came out. And like gas prices and like vehicles and stuff like that. But that, or like AI vehicles. But that was about it. And then we just had bone stock games. So of course, there you are, your profile. And of course, this was like before modded profiles happened. So you're just sitting there in your bone stock truck, your bone stock Peterbilt or Kenworth day cab, because those were the only 2 trucks available at the time, was Peterbilt and or Kenworth. And you're just sitting there in your day cab, you know, hauling loads, or not even the day cab. You had to, companies gave you trucks first, because you had to do those quick jobs first, and the companies actually gave you the truck and the trailer to play with. So you're sitting there just driving a different company truck, and then of course you can finally get your own day cab when you finally, you know, had enough money to purchase one, and then you just kind of had to progress from there and stuff like that. And I think that that's actually pretty cool how they did that. And then of course the modded profiles came out. I told myself that I was never going to get a modded profile, and then I ended up hopping on that bandwagon for modded profiles and stuff like that. So I'm just like, well, and then of course whenever I first started this YouTube, I told myself the same thing, that everything was going to be, you know, my doing, and there's no modded profiles, nothing like that. But then Truckers MP, or I started playing on Truckers MP, and then of course I got myself a modded profile after that, because I kept getting made fun of for having a day cab, and I just didn't look back. I've had the same modded profile for the past like 3 years now. So, but yeah, it's just the updating of this game, like, you know, the newer states. There's so much more effort and so much more time put into those new states and stuff like that. Like, you know, California was just kind of, you know, like bare, and it was just, you know, just kind of there for the most part. And now they're coming out with Idaho. Like, they're taking a look at different, like, actual monuments in the game, and they're trying to make things realistic. They're adding new companies each day, or not each day, but they're adding new companies, new trucks each update. I remember when the Volvos came out, because it was basically Kenworth and Peterbilt for the longest time. And then the Volvos came out, and then, of course, you had your International, and then now you have your Mack Anthem as well. And then, of course, you know, you got your modded trucks and stuff like that. But I remember back in the day, I was just cruising around in a Freightliner XL, Freightliner Classic XL truck. Like, that was my go-to truck back in the day. That was actually the only truck I was driving back in the day. So I remember just doing that, cruising the roads. It was actually like a nice little green Freightliner Classic XL truck that I just kept rolling with the entire time. But it looks like we got a issue on our dash there, a W. I'm not sure what that means. There we go. Looks like I just had to tap the brake a little bit. There we go. Now we're speeding up. Cool. But yeah, now they're just, you know, we have 1.38, and the game has just come so far since the beginning. Because now they revamped Vegas, they revamped El Centro, they added new roads, and everything. They're just, it's like they're just paying more attention to each and every state as they arrive. And I'm seeing a lot of people, like, you know, complaining and stuff like, Idaho's not released yet, or blah blah blah. It's taking them a while to release Idaho. It's taking them a while to release this, and this. But you can't. But if you've been following the game ever since it came out, you can kind of see why, because they're trying to make everything, you know, damn near perfect for the most part. Like from the road signs to the commercial vehicles right lane only. Well, fuck my life. But yeah, from down to like the road signs to like monuments and state monuments and, like, you know, stuff like that. They're actually trying to make, you know, the states more realistic. Like they said in the update for the beta that they were trying, of course. Whoa, okay, what's going on over here? Well, that trucker was just trying to get over. There's a cop over there, so
Keep
of course.
left.
Well, looks like we got a way station. We gotta head to the way station. Even though we're not hauling anything, just this mobile barrier, we still gotta head to the way station.
Never mind. I'll find a new route.
You don't have to find a new route. I'm just going to the way station, woman. Stop at the truck scale after this guy. You turn off them flashers. I'm not worried about it. Turn off that blinker. Alright, so he's moving up, and so will we. Alright, let's go ahead and pass the inspection. 41,267 pounds. Nice, nice, nice. Alright. But then, yeah, it's also just like different game updates and stuff like that. Just like the little things, like, you know, like Fmod, that was a huge major update since the game came out with like sounds and stuff like that. Like, it just makes sounds more realistic and it adds a whole bunch of different sounds to the game. I mean, finally, in the last update, we got windows that we can roll down in the default trucks and stuff like that. So that was actually a super cool update as well. So 1.37 was like a major, one of the most majorest updates since the game came out. Especially with, you know, the whole, like I said, the windows, the Fmod.
Go straight
I
on.
understand, go straight on. And then there's just like little updates, like, you know, the voice navigation, just updates to, you know, everything, like the roads, the towns, like how the GPS or this HUD menu got updated where you actually have checkpoints to your next checkpoint and stuff like that. And just adding more service stations, and I guess in 1.38 the gas stations were also reworked to kind of accommodate trucks more than they have been. So it's just stuff like that that just makes the game better, you know. It just makes it more enjoyable and playable. And of course, with like Idaho, Colorado coming out, it just, you know, you're waiting on it. Like you're waiting on it. You want to play it, but then again, they're also trying to make sure that it's as realistic as they can possibly get it for the most part. You know, just scaled down.
Go straight
I understand,
on.
go straight on. Thank you very much. But so I do see a lot of people complaining about it, and it's like, well, just give them some time. They're not trying to release something and then it's going to be broken, you know. Like with the Coast to Coast mod, I mean, I understand that's a mod. Like, he just works on donations and it's mainly for his free time and stuff like that. But there's a lot of places in the Coast to Coast mod. I remember when I first started using that Coast to Coast mod, like how many different mods it required to use. Like, there was road sign mods, there was road mods, there was everything. It required a lot to actually use, and to go from where it was back then to where it is now to where it just requires its own mod is a major update. Because I remember back in the day, the Coast to Coast mod, and there's another truck carrying a mobile barrier, so that's probably what we're going to be doing. But I remember the Coast to Coast mod, anytime I tried to move anywhere, like, I would fall through the map. Like, there was just places in that Coast to Coast mod where you couldn't even go because you would fall through the map. Now, I know that there's still some places that are broken a little bit, but the developers are fixing it, or the developer is fixing it. Same thing with the Midwest expansion mod. Yeah, there was a few places where you couldn't go, and like a few roads that were broken and stuff like that, and some road signs that were in the ground. But hey, like I said, they're not running on any payment. You not have to pay for that mod. It's a free mod that they're just working on in their free time and stuff like that. And they just ask for like donations for the most part. Same thing with like different truck modelers, truck modelers that, you know, provide mods and stuff like that. Just they work on their free time. I know some of them offer, you know, like some of them have like a, you know, $25 for this truck and stuff like that. But it just takes so much to actually produce and actually purchase a model. Models are expensive, I gotta say. 3D models are very, very, very expensive. Like, I remember I was trying to make a flexible bus for GTA 5, like one of the old flexible Metro buses, and that 3D model was like $159, and that was just on sale that time, so it was like $200 or $250, like normal price. So I'm sitting there thinking, like, how do people do it? Like, I would not be able to, you know, purchase this and then work with it for free. Like $200, $250 just for one 3D model to put it into a game where, you know, it's going to be free. Like, I just couldn't. Like, it was just that was just like way too much cash to spend on one thing and stuff like that. So it's like I didn't actually get into modeling. I wanted to, because that would be kind of cool to bring it in the GTA and then bring it into like the American Truck Simulator and stuff like that. But I just couldn't. It was just too much money for one specific thing. So whenever you see people complaining about, like, you know, people doing paid mods or like stuff like that. You just got to think, like, it takes a lot to actually make a model, purchase it, and, you know, convert it to whatever you have to convert it to, like GTA, ATS, Farming Simulator, OMC2, City Skyline, whatever. It just takes a lot, and possibly a lot of money, time, and patience to actually do that. Like, I tried getting into vehicle modeling for GTA 5 using, like, the models and stuff that were available for, like, public use and stuff like that, like the Crown Victoria, and I could not get it for the life of me. Like, I had a couple people help me out trying to figure it out and stuff like that, and, like, I just couldn't do it. Like, it was just too much work. I didn't even have the patience for that. Like, that's why I just stuck with making textures for GTA 5 back in the day. I mean, I still make textures here on out, but I don't do them as much as I used to. And I'm actually trying to figure out how to make textures for this game, because there's a few trucking companies that I want to kind of add to the game that are, like, local to me. And I'm just trying to figure out how to do that in this game so that I can add them in. It looks like we're coming up on Flagstaff here. But yeah, so Idaho, Colorado, hopefully will be released soon, if not already released by the time this video is being uploaded and stuff like that. Well, Idaho would be for sure. But then I see a lot of people complaining that, you know, about the next truck coming to ATS. You know, like, I've seen rumors that it was the Freightliner Cascadia, because apparently a lot of people were like, or a lot of people on Reddit, that's what they were saying, was it's going to be the that truck. And I'm like, that'd be cool. You know, I just used the Cascadia whenever they announced that and stuff. And I do apologize for that, like, weird camera change, stuff like that. But yeah, there was a lot of people saying that it was going to be the Freightliner Cascadia for the next truck. And then supposedly then in the 1.38 beta, a lot of people were seeing that there was a Western Star dealership coming in. So I was like, that'd be pretty cool too, because I like Western Star trucks. I would much rather drive a Western Star than a Cascadia, but that's just me. But then there's going to be a lot of people saying, oh, it's just going to be Western Star's newest truck, and that truck looks ugly and all that crap. Well, you also have to think, of course they're going to show the newest truck in the game, because, you know, the companies that are going to be, I'm going to stop over here because I know there's not enough room. Well, maybe there will be. But yeah, there's just not enough room. Or, not, I don't say enough room, but there's just, you know, the contracts that they have probably call for just, you know, the newest truck that they have, like the licensing and all that. I think we're clear. Yeah, we're good. But yeah, of course they're not going to show, like, the oldest truck that you can get, especially with, like, Peterbilt. That's why you don't see the 280 ones in the game. You don't see, like, the 352 cab overs. Because probably the licensing that they get in that contract, it just shows, okay, we want the newest trucks out there in your game. So, like, at the time, it was probably the 379, the 359, or the 389, or whatever truck was in, I think it's the 389, the 350 something, and stuff like that. And with, like, Kenworth, there was the T680 and the W900, which are, like, their two newest trucks. I'm not sure why they haven't added the W990. I feel like that'd be kind of something that they'll probably add soon, since that is Kenworth's, like, newest truck is the W990. But, not quite sure. Let's go and make sure there's no cars over here. Perfect. Perfect, perfect, perfect. But yeah, so with that being said, and then people are like, how come there's no damage in this game? And it's like, well, they probably don't, the companies probably don't want their trucks getting damaged in a video game, you know, like, 'cause I see a lot of Facebook streamers and stuff like that, like, you know, just don't play legitimately like I do. Like, they'll end up, you know, just driving 90 miles an hour down the freeway in the fast lane, and then they'll, you know, sit there, wreck their truck and stuff like that. And it's just like, you're not driving. I mean, I understand everyone has their playing style. Like, some people like to drive the recklessly, some like to follow the rules like I do. It's just your own playing style. But I feel like that's kind of why, because, you know, there's people that'll do that, and then they'll just sit there and wreck the trucks, and that's just not looking good for, you know, the Peterbilt or the Kenworth name or whatever, because you're just sitting there wrecking their trucks and you're not playing like you're supposed to. So that's probably why they don't actually have actual truck damage in the game, besides what you get from, like, when you hit something and it says like 7% damage. That's probably why there's no visible damage, but you can still get damage on your truck to where it won't start and all that, but there just won't be any, like, actual visible damage. So yeah, that's just, I don't know, I think that's like my just opinion on it and stuff like that. But we are getting kind of close to our destination here. I believe we're about less than 100 miles away. Yeah, we're like 31 miles away. I'm not sure if we'll actually have to back this thing up. I would assume no, but I don't like know for sure. I'm hoping we don't, but then again, that's just up to whatever the customer wants. I'm not even sure if we'll be able to back this thing up though. This is a huge load, but we'll see. We'll see. Use the Jake brake there. But yeah, I'm not quite sure if there's like an actual like construction project going on over here, or if they're just, you know, trying to move this mobile barrier to get it out of wherever, get it out of Albuquerque. But yeah, so I hope you guys did enjoy this video. If you did, do make sure you give the video a thumbs up, as well as hitting that subscribe button with the bell icon. Make sure you guys do also join the Discord server. I'm actually trying to get it more active in there and stuff like that, more active than it already has been and whatnot. So do make sure you guys join the Discord server if you guys do want to chat with me and stuff like that. Looks like we had a deer crossing, moose crossing, whatever that was. We're going to start slowing down here because it's about a 35 with all these curves. Alright, here we go. Here we go, here we go. Alright. All these damn curves. But yeah, also make sure you guys follow me on all the social media. Instagram, Facebook, Twitter. All the updates I basically do post on Twitter. So if you guys want to check out my Twitter, or if there's anything I need to tell you guys, it's usually going to be on Twitter. And then I'll end up posting at the Discord if it's super important. And then if it's really important, it'll end up going on to the YouTube community tab. So just letting you guys know on that one. So if you guys want to see updates, stuff like that, they will definitely be on Twitter and everything like that. So if there's no video for like a day or 2 or 3, like whenever I didn't have Wi-Fi and stuff like that, I did post it on Twitter and YouTube and the community page, or Twitter, Discord, and the community page on YouTube. So looks like we're coming up on a stop sign here. Looks like we're going to be turning left up here at Vale. I'm coming up to it, looks like, at the end of this road here. Coming up on the Grand Canyon National Park.
Turn left.
Alright, so 555 Divorce, heading towards Williams, and then the Grand Canyon. Looks like we are good to go, I believe. Yep, we're good to make this turn. Coming in on a sunrise here. But yeah, I do want...
Get ready to turn right.
Alright, but yeah, I do want to apologize for not actually having any truck sounds in this game. Like I said, I'm not quite sure what the deal is with it, but I just know that there is no actual sounds for this truck. Looks like we'll kind of swing it a little bit farther out. There we go. Perfect. Let's go ahead and turn on some flashers.
Finally, we are here.
And it looks like they do want us to back this thing up. So, we'll go ahead and come over here. I'm going to go ahead and take a right. There we go. Alright, looks like it's going to thunderstorm out here in my house. I just heard thunder. So, let's go ahead and take this to the left all the way. So they do want us to back this thing up. It's a weird trailer, of course. So I'm wondering what they actually use these for. Is it just like to block the cars in the lane of traffic while the construction crews are working? Because I've never actually seen one of these trailers in real life before, because they never really have these mobile barriers around here in Illinois. They just have, you know, like traffic cones and stuff like that. So I'm not quite sure if these are actually like a thing, or if these are just, you know, something that the game decided to make up for construction zones. So, I mean, it'd be pretty cool if it was an actual thing, you know. But if you guys have ever seen these, do let me know. I'm not sure if maybe it's like a thing in California or whatever, or like some of the other states, but it's definitely not a thing in Illinois, for sure. Or if it is, I've never actually seen them. Maybe they're up in Chicago on the highways. Actually, no, they're not, because I've never actually seen them in the highways in Chicago either, so I think we're coming close to it. There we go. Yeah, we're getting there. We are getting there. Man, this truck is so quiet. It's just hard to believe that they actually can make like such a quiet truck like this, especially like that Tesla truck like I was telling you about earlier. Like, it's just super hard to believe that Trucks can be that freaking quiet. There's some noise right there, like air dumping or something. I have a feeling we're gonna have to get this over a little bit, but that's alright. But if you guys can see there, that like little gauge next to the fuel tank, that like little dash icon, that is supposed to be like your gear, where your gear is at, but I guess it's not working in this game. But yeah, alright, so let's go ahead and just back this thing up a little bit more. But yeah, you guys can see the interior a little bit better here. It just looks super nice. I love the blue that I put on it. I think there's a blue and then there's another one. I'm not quite sure. But I'm not going to be showing off this truck until it maybe gets fixed with sounds, just because, you know, there's no sound on it and stuff like that. So, I kind of don't want to show it off anymore without it having any sounds. Once is enough, but, you know, twice would be too much. Oh, I didn't want to go back in the bed there. I really wish I can get track IR working. Like, for some reason, I just cannot get the thing for the life of me to work. And I don't know what it actually is with it. Because, like, it just won't go straight. Like, no matter where I have it on my, like, monitor, the tracker, or the, you know, the thing, no matter where I have it on my computer, or on my monitor, like, the tracker will just not be picking up properly. Like, it'll just show, like, back here. Like, that is where the tracker will basically be defaulted in this game. I'm not sure if that's just a setting that I screwed up on, or if that's just a setting that, you know, ATS is something. But it's the same thing with Train Sim. Like, I just can't use it. And I don't know why. Alright. So, our beacon lights aren't even on. I just realized that. Like, they're on, but they're not on. It's weird. This is a tough... I can't get this backed up. This is tough. Alright, so we got it finally, I'm hoping. This is just a very weird trailer to back up for sure. It's a very weird trailer to back up. Just straighten it out. Coolio. Alright, shifter in neutral, set the parking brake. Ready for unload. Let's go ahead and hit T and unload this bad boy. So we got an excellent 311 miles for 77.2 gallons of fuel. Made $25,142 and 907 XP. Alright guys, well that's going to go and do it for this one. Hope you guys enjoyed. Thank you guys so much for watching. I'll catch y'all here on the next one. Peace.